Gotcha! Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host from penventure. Welcome to a new fountain pen review. Excuse me for the Western introduction. In this video, we are checking up the Gravitas Pocket Fountain Pen. This has been a very long awaited video review for this specific series of fountain pens. We are going to check the entire series of metal pocket as a model pocket from Gravitas. Everything that you're going to hear in this video review comes from a non-believer into pocket size fountain pens and pocket pens altogether. So for the past, I believe, like 5 years, I have not given any chance to any other pocket size fountain pen. The first pen that I've gave myself time to test, use, carry with me is the Gravitas fountain pen, and let me tell you that this has been one of the best decisions that I've taken in my fountain pen life. Gravitas fountain pens made by Ben Walsh in Ireland, and look at here, this rings a bell to you. So it's the red, the green and the white. I have been a very big admirer of the work of Ben Walsh. Not only that, we became friends, quite close friends. He visited me and we became a retailer for Gravitas. There is a lot of things to talk about this tiny fountain pen. This is not the most smallest one of the entire series, but you were going to see a side-by-side size comparison. Brilliant size, brilliant design, impressive features at every single corner, at every single edge, and I am dying to share this with you all in true penventure style. We're going to start first with the customer experience. When you get one of these pocket fountain pens, they arrive in this sort of a sleeve, which it's very practical. It's a little bit bigger than the pen altogether, but it will make sure that your pen arrives at your doorstep in one piece, having this very interesting engraving right here. So it's Gravitas pens, and this is not Mordor language, this is not Elvish language, no, this is a Celtic language. Supposed to read this from the bottom all the way up, and it's Gravitas pens in Celtic language. We're not going to give this pen such a quick pass. No, I'm going to show you everything about it. I'm going to show you what I like about it. I'm going to point out what you should expect from this pen once you have it, how to carry, how to use it, how to just simply go about having one of these fountain pens, and everything will not be just simply brushed under the rug. No, we're going to go with the final loop at every single detail. I'm going to base my review on my personal Gravitas Pocket, which is made from raw stainless steel. It's a very rough and very strong material for such a fountain pen, and the overall weight will reflect that. You may say that it's very similar to a Kaweco fountain pen, but in essence there are a lot of differences, there are a lot of similarities, just like any other fountain pen, because technically speaking, a fountain pen, it's a tube with a nib, which actually it's a ink delivery system. Every single fountain pen, it's a tube. If we say that the Kaweco fountain pen look the same with a Gravitas fountain pen, we just might go ahead and say that every single fountain pen is the same with the other one, and we would be correct. So we're going to start with this stainless steel raw. Side by side, I'm going to put the titanium version, and going further, this is the raw copper. Then we're gonna have the brass version. Then we're gonna make a loop back towards the titanium version, because this comes with a very nice finish as well. So this is titanium, and this finish, this blue titanium, this is Tizen X. And then we're gonna go through the aluminum series, which is also metal, but this is PVD, I believe gunmetal gray, olive green, then we have black, and then we have blue. This is the complete lineup of what we have in stock at this very moment. There is a lot of spectrum of colors and weights and textures to choose from. The overall shape of the pocket makes it very wieldy, very easy to carry on, to put it inside a bag, inside a pocket, even a small pocket, with you everywhere. So this makes up in a lot of senses why these fountain pens are so loved. Both ends of the Pocket series fountain pens are very pointy, not pointy to a point where you're gonna feel them if you go like this or they snag. We have this conical edge right here and everything looks very nice. The cap starts to be at the thickest point right here, tapering in on both ends, and it's a very nice and very cohesive look. Turning the fountain pen like this, on the other side of the cap we have this very nice facet which prevents your fountain pen from rolling off. Yep, it's working. If I would be to say that I will have a pen that needs to take a drop, I will choose my Gravitas fountain pen 7 days out of 7 to just land on the floor, because this fountain pen is very beefy, it's very strong, and besides making a few scratches and maybe breaking one of the tiles from the office, I don't see a single problem having this fountain pen landing from my desk. Uncap the fountain pen. I'm gonna try to just simply hold it like this to see how many turns of the cap. We have 1/2. 1.5 turns of the cap. So this is a very practical fountain pen if you aim to take notes and quickly uncap it. And we're greeted with the nib and the fountain pen and the barrel. So this is quite small, as to be expected with pocket fountain pens, because the only way that you can use one of these fountain pens or how they are intended to be used, it's posted. So the cap must be put on the fountain pen in order to gain that length which is missing from the barrel. Before going further with the nib, with the barrel and everything, let me point out this. This fountain pen looks to be very shiny, very buffed, very polished, to say so, but I don't think they have polishings on this fountain pens, because Ben told me that the overall look of the fountain pen, it's obtained when it's been machined very precisely. The entire fountain pen is done in only one go with the machine cutting head. What you get is a mirror finish on the metal fountain pen if you use very high grade machining tools and also engineering, and every single CNC machine program is done perfectly. You end up with a fountain pen manufactured and machined without being a need for polishing compound and going on the wheel and obtaining that mirror finish. So it goes to show how much time and dedication is put in every single fountain pen, in every single part of the manufacturing and the process altogether, in order to have something which you can be proud when you hold it in your hands. This is the nib. The nib of the Gravitas fountain pens is made by them outside of the company. Steel nib, very basic, available in a number of sizes: extra fine, fine, and medium, broad. And this is what we have in stock. I believe they have stubs as well, but what we have is extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and fine flex. We have a ABS plastic feeder. I believe this is a generic feeder, and the housing which screws in the section. Everything forms a nib unit altogether. Something to point out is that on these threads we can retrofit any other EOVO size 6 steel nib unit altogether. So I tried this with a Leonardo nib unit, fit right in without having anything done to them or modified. Right here on the nib we have engraved the logo of Gravitas, medium, the nib size. There are one more type of a nib which is basically stamped with the logo, and I have here a nib unit, the nib size stamped right here at the base. Let's proceed further and let me show you this very ergonomic section, which is long enough. It's very nice because it has this tactile finish, which is ridges right here, this lines which prevents your fingers from slipping forward and actually makes you grab the fountain pen very firm and very secure. We have the threads right here, very nicely machined. Right here we have an O-ring which, when you do like this and you cap the fountain pen, keeps your nib from drying out inside the cap because it produces a very hermetic closing of the nib inside the cap. Going further, we have the barrel, which is quite short. You can see right here, this is next to a finger of mine. This is very short, so using a fountain pen like this, it's a no-no. Now let's check out the filling system. And I already have sweaty hands and it's in need of a firm grip. So when we remove the barrel of the fountain pen, we can see right here an O-ring, dual reason. So first of all, it can keep your barrel very firm in place without having any single problem like untwisting when you uncap or pose the fountain pen. Second of all, since this is stainless steel, I believe we can eyedropper convert this fountain pen very easy. And right here we have a small converter which is provided with every single fountain pen from Gravitas. The system, it's a standard international cartridge. So basically this is a fountain pen which has 3 filling systems: cartridge converter, standard international cartridges, and it can be eyedropper converted. Usually with metal fountain pens, it is not recommended to be eyedropper converted, but anyway, this is stainless steel, so I believe it's a fountain pen which can be eyedropper converted, and that without having any single problem. In this case, you have to experiment a little bit. You have to use some silicone grease on the threads, on the O-rings, and this is something that you may try at home and see how it's going to perform. This is the overall look of a posted Gravitas fountain pen. It's very ergonomic, it sits very well in my hand, it's quite weighty, and it gives me the confidence of having this fountain pen everywhere with me. It's been carried for the past 2 months in my pocket. So this is how it looks after 2 months. Bear in mind that when you have fountain pens, pocket fountain pens from Gravitas, which are made from metal, when you pose them, you will have this line which forms right here. So this is the sort of a line that you can expect when those fountain pens from Gravitas are posted, and they are made out of metal, because we don't have inside of the cap a Teflon inner cap which can just simply take the barrel and not scratch it. This is metal on metal, and you should expect it to have a specific mark there. It's going to post very securely, so like it will not have that cap falling off. This is the overall look and the details of the Gravitas pocket size fountain pens. Now let me show you a side-by-side size comparison with other fountain pens from Gravitas and other brands as well. Here we have the Gravitas pocket in stainless steel next to a Ultimate Vac from Gravitas, so it's quite a big difference in regards of the length. This is a look next to a Kaweco Sport. Here we have a Quark from Gravitas. And just to go overboard with the size difference, here is a look next to a Visconti Opera Master Crystal. I left these 2 fountain pens unposted because are true oversized fountain pens. And here we have the pocket posted next to a Ultimate Vac without the cap, Kaweco Sport posted, Quark posted, and Visconti Opera Master Crystal without a cap. Cap like this, the Gravitas pocket is measuring 105 millimeters in between ends. Uncapped like this, it's measuring 98 millimeters. Posted like this, it's measuring 135 millimeters. As for weight, this stainless steel version is weighing 73 grams. The raw copper version 84 grams, making it the most weighty version. Brass, it's 77 grams, titanium is 43 grams, and the most lightest fountain pen, it's the red, the gunmetal, the olive, and the black, 35 grams. Now let's talk about pricing, because this fountain pen, it's priced wonderful. The prices are going to vary, but without taxes or without VAT, it's going to start somewhere at 90 euros. It will go up to 120 euros for the titanium version with this finish, this blue finish. This is one of the fountain pens that I have all the time with me at home. Everywhere where I go, I have it in my pocket, and it's inked up already. So let's give it a try. So we have pen, Gravitas pocket, and this is stainless steel. Nib, this is a medium steel. Ink, diamine, sapphire blue, and paper is Tomoe River paper. I've been testing and sending out this fountain pens like maybe over 80-90 fountain pens in 1.5 months. So I didn't had a single problem with a nib. I know that Ben takes a lot of time checking everything, so he does my job even easier. But again, every single fountain pen that you acquire from penventure is checked, nib is tested, and finally adjusted, because I do care how you are going to be experiencing penventure and altogether everything, our platform, our services, once you get a pen from us. Let's check to see how wet are those nibs from Gravitas. So we have a medium flow. This is something which is to be expected with these nibs. So medium wet ink flow. This is not like a super broad medium. I've seen that Gravitas fountain pens are a little bit more true to the size. Now let's have some normal figure of eights. Just like I told you, this is quite what you would expect from an European medium nib. Flex, it's quite a stiff nib. It has some give, but it's not going to offer line variation. It's going to take some ink and pull it down right here and maybe give you like a false sense of flex, but this is quite a rigid nib. If you want to have a little bit more flexy feeling, you can choose a fine flex nib, can open up better and offer some line variation, but bear in mind it's just a plastic feeder. It will come with some limitation. If you flex this nib quick with a lot of pressure, it will railroad. The ink flow will not be able to keep up with the nib in full flex mode. Let's do the famous sentence. Fox jumps over the lazy dog. Quite smooth, they glide very nice. I have to admit that every single nib, when you put it in a different metal fountain pen, it resonates, it vibrates a little bit more different. To get to my point is that these nibs are smooth, medium, wet, hint of feedback, but very faint. Now let's conclude everything in some personal opinions. Just like I told you in the beginning of the video, everything that you've heard till this point comes from a person that just simply didn't give a chance to pocket-sized fountain pens. But when I did, my mind was blown away what I've seen on Gravitas. We have very nice fountain pens. The machining skill of Ben is incredible. The finishings are on top. Either that you go with something which is raw, like stainless steel, copper, brass, it will look very good. For what you pay for such a fountain pen, you get a lot more value than much more expensive fountain pens from different brands. This is not going to stay forever. You have to understand that in time, materials are going to increase in pricing. Metals are expensive and they will be more expensive. So this is a wonderful priced fountain pen. It is ergonomic. It's allowing you the possibility of putting pretty much a variety of nibs, because it will take that JoWo nib unit. It will not be able to put a JoWo nib on a Gravitas housing and a Gravitas plastic feeder, which is generic. But if you remove the housing completely, you can screw in a JoWo housing from pretty much any other single brand that is using JoWo nib units. The section is having that texture, those ridges, those lines that prevent your fingers from slipping forward, and this gives you a very nice feeling, because you can grip the fountain pen, you can use it with trust. it will not just simply slip from your hand when you post it, when you use it, when you unpost it. That's wonderful. It will be very, very securely posting. The finishing, amazing. Just like I told you, O-rings everywhere, so everything is going to stick, screwed in very tight. The tolerances are sublime. Everything is done with a purpose, and its shape, it's very nice. Its size, it's very, very easy to squeeze inside the pocket, put it in your bag, in your, I don't know, if you have one of those carry-ons notebooks with the strap, you can take this fountain pen. It doesn't have a clip. If you have any other questions, use the comment section down below and let me know. If you want to have a Gravitas fountain pen, you can have it from our inventory. Everything that we have for sale, it's in inventory right now. So 24 hours max, it will be processed, packed, and sent your way. Let me know if you own a Gravitas fountain pen. Which Gravitas fountain pen do you own? What do you think about the snibs, the fountain pens, the finishings, everything? Let me know your opinion, and I'll be in the comment section down below. Scrolling down, you'll find the details for our website, our email, phone number, anything and everything that you may need in order to get in contact with me. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. This will help us a lot with the YouTube algorithm to reach out to many more just like you. Maybe they are looking forward to have their first Gravitas fountain pen, and you can help them. Just click there, turn the notification bell on, and you will be notified whenever we have new content. Speaking about content, if you want to continue watching our videos, I'm gonna leave you this right here. You can click and enjoy. As always, I'm your host from penventure. I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.